Okay, next step is very easy. Okay. Controlling, profit center accounting, master data, profit center, create dummy profit center, dummy underscore gap or gap dummy. OKKS gap 9 SPRO controlling, profit center accounting, master data, profit center, create dummy. Why do we create dummy? Because I'll tell you. Just wait a minute. Basic data, gap dummy already exists. Okay, gap dummy is already here. So we will go and we've already, okay, change profit center, gap dummy. So why do we need a dummy account? Because dummy profit center. Some cost centers are collectors of expenses, costs from finance sites, FI site, which are journal entries like telephone expense, cafeteria expense, travel expense. Okay, these cost centers, which act as collectors, they collect these expenses, and these collectors have to transfer to production cost centers. Okay, so production cost centers are operating under some profit center. That profit center can be your showroom or factory process, like washing is a process and printing is a process, mixing is a process. So mixing can be a profit center, printing can be a profit center, washing can be a profit center. So these production cost centers transfer these expenses to these profit centers as what? As overheads or fixed or variable costs or overheads. Okay. So since these production cost centers have profit centers, okay, collector cost centers don't have any profit center. So how do we see this? We see this from here, that profit in dummy, when we are making a dummy account, dummy profit center, there is this is okay, this is a profit center, and collectors, they do not represent any profit center. So cost centers that do not have any profit center by default get the dummy profit center, because they don't have any value in production. They don't have any role in production. Okay, how you got the point. Now next step is 1KEF 2024. What is this? Basically, this is, we are actually saying to SAP that any entries any entries for actual transactions coming from FI, SD will be transferred to the CO module, which means FI captures expense through journal entries, which is recorded by cost centers, and those cost centers then transfer those line items. If you see over here, line items, an online transfer, which means these line items are real time entries, live entries, journal entries, because reason is CO doesn't accept direct, no direct postings. Okay, so we actually are telling SAP that controlling area will receive line items on real-time basis, which will be used by cost centers and profit centers. Okay. Okay. Now, next step is SPRO, controlling profit center accounting. Actual postings. Profit center accounting, basic setting, controlling area setting. Okay, activate direct postings, plan versions, maintain plan versions, maintain plan versions. Now, what is a plan version? Let me tell you that. Now, plan version 0, 1, 2, 900, 909, 910, for example. Now, 0, as I said, when CO does not accept direct postings, so we have versions. Versions for what? Plan, actual, values. Values of what? Overheads, quantities, overheads, expenses. What do we mean? What do we mean by plan actual values? Look, when we are, for example, this is month of February, and we will start production in March. Okay, and we are going to produce 3,000 rolls of metal sheet. Okay. Now, what I'm actually doing here is I'm planning these values. Okay. And I'm planning to assign 40 labor with 500 hours of electricity, with 5,000 raw material of metal, and 2,000 liters of chemical for processing, mixing, whatever. Okay, so these are planned values. But when I start my production in March, production start. So instead of producing 3,000 rolls of metal sheet, I could only produce 2,000 rolls. And instead of 40 labor, I had 37 labor. Electricity that was used was 610, for example. And instead of 5,000, I used 4200 RM of metal. And liters consumed was 1900 liters. So there is a difference in usage. So this plan version basically is nothing but like your register, where you actually compare between actual and plan. Okay. So this version can also capture WIP and variance between actual and plan. Version 1 is also like register, but we can actually use it for only plans only. But it's not hard coded. Plan version 2, plan actual version. If I go and check, so it captures plan values, actual values, work in process, and variance. Okay. So this is the idea. Let me just select this controlling area settings and gap 9. 0 settings for each fiscal year 2024. Double click, and over here we have exchange rate P, standard translation for cost planning. It will start from 01/01/2024. Okay, and we can integrate the planning with cost centers. So version that we are allowing is 0. We can also have 1 for one version 1. I know this is a bit difficult, but that's why I'm a little bit slow. Okay. Enter. Okay. Okay. It's saved. Okay. Next step is profit center. Controlling profit center accounting. This is front end. Master data, profit center, individual processing, A51 create. Okay. And over here, I will make a profit center P1001 master data. Gap 9, it already exists. Okay. P1001 already exists. Inch. P1001. Over here, we have profit center already created, plant 1 and 2, plant gap 1 and gap 2. Profit center group is gap 9, okay, which is the standard hierarchy. And the segment that we have assigned is passenger vehicle. So, thing is, we have profit center, okay, 1001, which is reporting to segment passenger vehicle. So this is business vertical. Now, I'll stop my